Hello, welcome to another video on the almost completed restoration of my 74 E-Type. I got, as I said in one of my last videos, I got a bit of an issue with the dashboard. It's got one or two slight kinks. There's one here, and there's one over here on the passenger side. And I've just made a little bit of investigation, and what I've discovered is that the top quality impact adhesive that I used has come away, and the dash is just, you can see that it's just come down. So I'm going to take the dash roll out again and re-glue it and see if that fixes the problem. It's pretty straightforward. You just got to remove your chrome trim here. I've taken the vinyl trim off, undo the screws, take the chrome trim out. Up inside here you've got, I think you can see that, you've got two bolts that well, they're screws. They were screws, but I fitted bolts, so I'll just whiz those two off. There's a couple of bolts here that holds the front crash rail to the rear crash rail, so lift those off, and the same this side, and then you just lift it up and pull it out. It should be fairly straightforward. I've had it out before. The choke light's not working. I think the bulb must have gone, so I've just checked the manual, and believe it or not, to fix the choke light and to put new bulbs in your dash, in your instrument panel, you've got to take the crash roll out anyway, so that's a bit strange. Just one thing I'd like to mention, I'm having problems with this rev counter. Now, I sent all the instruments away to a gentleman that lives in a bungalow on the East Coast, and he charged me just shy of £400 to restore all the gauges. I mean, they look nice, but this one, the rev counter, works okay until it is out in the sun and it warms up, and then it sticks. It doesn't work at all. So I got to take that out and strip that and rebuild it, which should, as I say, should not be necessary. And I don't know if you can see the fuel gauge, but the fuel gauge has got a little bit of white paint. Let me get there. See it? That's it there. Just there. That's in the bottom of the fuel gauge. So that's got to come out and be redone. As I say, when you're spending almost £400, you shouldn't have to do that. Unfortunately, my situation is I'm in the south of France, and I just can't be bothered to send it back and get it done again, so I'll take it out and do it myself. I'll get the dash out, and then we'll just have another video to show you exactly what the problem is and what I can do to remedy it. I have the dash removed now. It's quite a simple job. Probably only took about 15 minutes to do the whole thing. As you can see now, the whole glue is just let go. So I'm going to let it warm up in the sun, and I've got a new tin of contact adhesive, a different brand, so I shall redo that. Now, the only place it hasn't lifted is where the map light goes. So I've just bear with me a second, and I have a thin strip of aluminium that I got for another little project I'm doing. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch all this and re-glue it and get rid of all the kinks, and then I might just put this little strip of aluminium across the back, spray it matte black and put it across there. It is hidden by the dash instrument, so it won't be seen, and it may just give me the slight edge to be able to hold all this in place. Right, as I said, I'll let that warm up and then we'll get it glued. Right, I've just stripped the rev counter out, and I think I found the problem. The screws that hold the just bear with me. The screws that hold the plate, the brown plate, onto the back of the thing were tight on one side and loose on the other, and I'm hoping that would be the problem. I mean, it's running free now. I've left it out in the sun and it seems to be okay. So I've got to get that reassembled. I just want to show you this. Now, this is the inside of the, so say, restored thing. Now, this here are the lights. Now, these should be green. They're green plastic. I don't know if you can see through there. They're green. But it appears that they've all been sprayed white. So, nice one, Mr. Davis. I'm going to have to clean all them up so that we can get the right colour light back into the instrument. What I think I'll have to do is also strip the speedo to make sure that that's not been sprayed over as well. But I'll get it back together and test it, and we'll see what happens. Thank you. Right, as you can see, the dash is now back in. It's looking a lot better. All the glue's taken now. I fixed the rev counter. It turned out to be that there's a metal magnet in the back, and it was loose. And when you tighten the screws up, it was moving forward and fouling the spring that returned the needle. So that's all done now. The only thing that I haven't fixed yet is the choke warning light. The light itself is working. It's the little switch behind, but that can be accessed from underneath, so that's why I've put the dash back. Right, that's it for this video. There won't be many more on this car now because we're almost getting there, but I'm sure something else will need doing, so we'll do it then. As usual, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.